Again, I welcome you all for the third session of one week faculty development program on AI tools for effective implementation for outcome based education, jointly organized by OBE Cell and Internet Quality Assurance Cell. Today, we are joined here with the experts Dr. Shaibal Mukherjee, and to welcome you, I would like to invite Dr. Pratik Gutke. You're welcome, sir. Dr. Dr. Shaibal Mukherjee completed his PhD in Electrical and Computer Engineering from University of Oklahoma, USA in 2009, followed by his postdoctoral research work in Center of Quantum Devices, Electrical Engineering and Computer Science from Northwestern University, USA. In September 2010, he joined IIT Indore and currently is working as a professor in Department of Electrical Engineering at IIT Indore. Dr. Shaibal has published 140 plus research articles in peer-reviewed journals, 110 plus international conference proceedings and 11 book chapters plus 12 patents. He is an associate editor for IEEE Sensors Journal, a senior member of IEEE, a regular member of Optical Society of America, and life fellow of MRSI and Optical Society of India. He is a fellow of IOP, JSPS, and IET. He is a founder chair of IEEE Madhya Pradesh Section Electron Device Society EDS chapter. He is also the director and co-founder and a mentor of Quantum Tech 11 2M Innovation Private Limited. So without further delay, I request Dr. Shaibal Mukherjee to address the session.
Hello. Okay. I think I'm audible to each one of you. So, I'm Shaibal Mukherjee from IIT Indore, and first of all, I would like to bid my heartfelt thanks to Dr. Praveenji and Dr. Radharamanji for inviting me in this beautiful city of Nagpur and giving me an opportunity to present our work on so-called like a few buzzwords we had been hearing, students or faculty members, junior colleagues of ours present in this current room. I think we have been hearing about words like AI, quantum technology, and IoT, and environmental sustainability, several buzzwords we had been hearing several times in probably in news, in media, in our daily lives. So one topic I have chosen, which is something to do with the AI tools for effective implementation of OBE, thinking the basic essence into mind. So I chose a topic to give you some information about what our research group has been working in the past 15 years at IIT Indore. So we mixed the flavor of artificial intelligence, machine learning, along with Internet of Everything or Internet of Things, whatever we call it. But whatever we do in our group or whatever we do in an academic institutions or research organizations, so it does not end by only simply publishing a paper or having your patent granted or some copyright informations. The innovations, the excellence should reach to the mass. So that is the motto of whatever you are pursuing your work towards something. So keeping that in mind, I have chosen this topic to give you some information about how our research group is working to get the innovation and excellence for the mass and for the market, and how we are doing it in three different topics of digital agriculture, disease diagnosis systems, and environmental sustainability. I'll be giving you some information with all of you. So this is the basic idea about our research group. We call it Hybrid Nano Device Research Group at IIT Indore. So we work mostly in 70% of experimental research work and 30% is the numerical modeling and analysis part. So we do material growth, characterization, processing, device synthesis, system fabrications and their calibrations. So we basically take care of everything, and as you could see while doing this, we engulf not only, even though I belong to electrical engineering, but if you could see the subject specialization, like another buzzword many of you might be hearing, multidisciplinarity approach of your work. So our work is also multidisciplinarity in nature. We need expertise, we need students, we need workforce working in diverse domains of subjects. Physics, chemistry, material science, mechanical engineering, biomedical engineering, we have the manforce. We have the manpower, and based on that, we do whatever work we do at our group. And based on that, yes, since many of the slides will not run properly because it was done in Apple MacBook, now it is done in the MS Office or probably in another versions of the computer. So that this slide is supposed to give the approach of our research group, how we tackle different domains of the applications. In the earlier slide, we show what kind of work we do, and this slide had been showing some of the work that we do. So some work we do work in photovoltaics, we work in memories, we work in sensors, and based on those work, we are just going to show you some of the applications. We are just taking the work beyond the laboratory environment towards the commercial zone or towards the applications of the usage for the manpower. So I'll just skip. Let me run it from here, I guess. Okay, the acknowledgement part of it, the work is done by students. Now students, they are coming from different domains, and the domains I have already mentioned to you, and different degree programs also. Undergraduate student is one of our strength whenever you have been looking to get your innovations for the mass. So even though I have mentioned in row number 3, but they are actually our main workforces. PhD is involved for getting the innovation done. Whatever you cannot see today, which will be seen tomorrow, those innovations are mainly brought by the PhD students, because they stay with us longer time and they do things which cannot be imagined or thought about as of now, today. And master students are actually basic, we can say, the connecting blocks between the undergraduates and the PhDs. And of course, we need funds, we need supports. So thankfully, our research funders and collaborators from across the world, so who has given us supports in many different phases of our work. Now, every work that we do, like we have segmented few sections. I'll be showing you examples, and all the examples that you will be showing or you'll be seeing, it has to be motivated by something. That the motivation comes again from us. We have never ever thought about making an Apple iPhone unless the requirement comes from us only. We had been happy with Samsung phone, Samsung Galaxy or any other phones, but we need Apple iPhone. We are not happy with iPhone 12. We need Apple iPhone 13, even 14, 15, 16. But who asked to invent? We actually are asking. We demand more. So based on that, if we talk about environmental sustainability, now you can see the news article starting from 1984, Bhopal gas tragedy, or the gas tragedy that happened in Visakhapatnam in 2020, and many other cases. The gas leaks happen. So we need a reliable source that such kind of tragedy, before the occurrence of the same, we can get an user alert. So again, the motivation comes from us, and this are from the paint industry, from automobile industry, from chemical factories, and those factories we need to cater to serve us only, the mankind. So if we need those, we have to stop this also. So again, the motivation is right there in front of you. Some example about how you can sustain your environment. So now there are some numbers. Now you can see like how these different types of toxic gases or volatile organic compounds that we say, and how that is also connected to several diseases again happen to human being. Even though we say we care about human, we care about trees, we care about cattle, but when it comes to our own existence, to us, priority number one. So diabetes, kidney malfunction, cholesterol problem, breast cancer, those things, we think about us. We number one, we think about us. Now we thought about what kind of toxic gases are actually associated to causing such kind of problems. There are WHO standards also. There is IQ year, according to which India comes fifth polluted countries across the world, in which they actually measure the pollutants or the pollution level in 138 countries. So according to that, we come in number 5. So even if we, hold our ranking, like if we have, or if we perform really good in examinations, rank 1, very good, rank 2, very good. But in this case, it is the opposite thing. Rank 5 is not good. If your rank is much lower, then it is good. So we are not doing that well. So what we need in terms of sustainability for environment, we need low cost, easily operable, reliable and stable, ultra selective and sensitive sensors. And the sensors, if we talk about the Bhopal tragedy information or something like that, they should sense the leakage of any toxic gas and send a signal to remote locations. So that's why the remote location should be working towards real-time basis, as well as they should be operable on cloud networking platforms, so that user alerts should be sent in some way. So after this, I'll be also showing you, I hope that video will work. So this is a video. In this case, another example, like I have segmented, I told you, I'll be giving you examples. So the first example, the motivation I told you about environmental sustainability. This motivation is regarding chronic kidney disease, CKD. Okay, that is a detrimental thing. And in terms of the most prevalent diseases happen in the Indian demographic distribution, kidney diseases comes rank number 2. Again, I am telling you rank, higher rank is not good. So number 2 is very, very, alarming condition. So I hope this video will work. No, it will not, I guess. So that's why actually I was using my laptop. It will not work, I guess. No. You please don't switch off my PPT. That's okay. I think the video will not work. Yeah, if you click, does it work? नहीं होगा. ठीक है. Okay. So unfortunately that video did not work. Could I play it from here on my laptop?
Arthritis caused by elevated levels of today, over 55 million people are living with this condition, a 25% increase over the past 3 decades.
I don't know where is the sound
India,
box.
the prevalence of hyperuricemia, a precursor to gout, is alarming. Gout, a form of inflammatory arthritis caused by elevated levels of uric acid, is on the rise globally. Today, over 55 million people are living with this condition, a 25% increase over the past 3 decades. In India, the prevalence of hyperuricemia, a precursor to gout, is alarmingly high at 24.66%, putting a significant portion of the population at risk. Beyond gout, elevated uric acid levels are also linked to chronic kidney disease, cardiovascular diseases, and metabolic syndrome, further underscoring the need for early detection and regular monitoring. As an incurable condition, managing uric acid levels is life-changing for millions. Access to affordable, point-of-care diagnostics to kidney function monitoring is the need of the hour. We, at Quantical 2M Innovations Private Limited, are revolutionizing healthcare diagnostics by translating cutting-edge research into accessible, point-of-care and IoT-enabled tool using quantum technology innovations from lab to market to significantly impact society at large by making Atmanirbhar Bharat a reality in healthcare. Our IoT-enabled point-of-care UA meter is a revolutionary product designed to provide fast, accurate, selective, and affordable monitoring of the levels of uric acid, creatinine, and cholesterol in blood, saliva, and urine samples. It is the first of its kind, revolutionary product designed to detect key biomarkers enabling early detection and management of life-threatening conditions such as heart attacks, brain strokes, gout, chronic kidney disease, acute kidney injury, and many more. The patented product based on quantum technology provides a remarkable sensitivity, ultra-selectivity, and significantly low limit of detection of the biomarkers for sustainable livelihood. This product is currently undergoing human clinical trials at All India Institute of Medical Sciences Bhopal, a premier medical institution in India, for calibration and benchmarking. Owing to its super-fast and easy-to-use mechanism, it saves time by not necessitating going through traditional lab tests and serves as the first line of defense for individuals and clinics. Our solution is perfect for people managing conditions like gout, chronic kidney disease, and cardiovascular diseases. By offering affordable, point-of-care diagnostics, we are transforming how healthcare is delivered across India. Our UA meter has received prestigious national and international awards and recognitions. We've won the Best Innovation Pitch Award at 2023 IEEE Women in Engineering Climate Tech Big Idea Pitch Competition, Best Spotlight Pitch Award at 2024 IEEE Women in Engineering Climate Tech Big Idea Pitch Competition. We have also received the Best Technology Award at IIT Indore Tata Materials Next 4.0 competition and the Entrepreneurs Organization Global Student Entrepreneur Awards Bhopal Chapter Final 2024 Second Runner-Up Award. Our product has secured seed funding from Startup India Seed Fund Scheme and IANSH grant from TIH for IoT and IOA at IIT Bombay. These achievements validate our commitment to innovation and excellence. We have participated in various outreach activities to showcase and refine our products across India. Beyond innovation, we believe in giving back to the community. Through our scientific social responsibility (SSR) initiatives, we uplift and inspire underprivileged children to explore science and organize industry visits to showcase the power of technology. Built entirely in India, our point-of-care biosensor is a testament to the Make in India and Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative. It is fast, cost-effective, and designed to transform healthcare diagnostics for the better. We are Quantical 2M Innovations Private Limited, turning groundbreaking research into reality. Together, let's revolutionize healthcare diagnostics for a healthier and brighter future.
So this is the second innovation, and the thing is, as of now, this is IoT biosensors for CKD. I have not come to the AI part of it. I'll come little later once I go through the AIoT applications in agriculture. Now, in agriculture, this is the third, examples which I'll be sharing with you. So again, we have heard about precision farming, usage of drones, soil management techniques, and everything. So what we are trying to do, I'll be showing you some information which are not copyrighted as of now. So Madhya Pradesh has been identified for the hub for soybean and potato. So Government of India has been following like one state, one crop motto. I think Maharashtra also probably has been diagnosed for onion, I guess. But for Madhya Pradesh, soybean, the productivity enhancement for soybean and potato are our motto. So now what we are trying to do along with Central Institute of Agriculture and Engineering in Bhopal as well as the National Bureau of Soil Survey in Pune, we are just trying to assess the hectares of lands of several farmers we have identified, along with few NGOs are also working with us, and we are just trying to get the data from the soil. And based on the soil parameters, we are just trying to calibrate what kind of diseases the soybean, for example, the leaves can actually be affected, and whether that kind of disease is connected to some kind of soil nutrient deficiency. So this is a huge work in which many people are involved in this case. So that part of the work we are just working in this domain, or so-called the AIoT applications in terms of agriculture. Some of the information I'll also show in front of you. Okay, now coming back to the heart of this, the sensors. Sensors are many. The way of mechanisms for the sensors, depending on whether it is a resistive sensor, the capacity way of detections, or the optical way of detections, we just name different kind of sensors. But mostly, if we see the basic schematic of it, it should be having two different electrodes and some sensing layer. And the sensing, what it is sensing, whether it is a capacitance sensor or whether it is an inductive sensor, it is dependent on you, the user, who makes it. So based on that, we can classify the sensor. Now, quantum technology, I have told you about the buzzword. Another word which has been prevalent nowadays is quantum, quantum technology, quantum sensor. What is this? So even if you might not be having a lot of idea regarding this, the sensors that we make for all these applications, agriculture, biosensing or gas sensing, whatever comes from the quantum material, in this case it is, we are just mentioning synthesis of two-dimensional some kind of material. Molybdenum sulfide is a compound semiconductor material that is very, very good in terms of the behavioral change whenever the foreign analyte comes in contact with it. Okay, so we make it by using atmospheric pressure chemical vapor deposition system. So some of the informations I have shown, how does it look like and those things. I will not be going into much details because you will be feeling bored out of it. So that's why the quantum materials and the synthesis that we do in our group. So that is the material synthesis part, and this is the basic building block of the work. Okay, and these are some of the informations about how that quantum material or quantum structure look like it. Okay, so how many of you have seen the movie 300? Yes. So do you remember some scene from the movie in which a child is born from Spartan community, and if it is weak, they are throwing it away? Have you seen that? So in this case, the child in this work is the material. If the material is not good, we have to trash it. So this is the heart. Even if now we are just skipping, but this is the heart. If we make a good material, then your system is going to work superbly. Okay. So these are the Spartan kids, as of now we can imagine. Okay. So we do lots of characterizations to assess how good is our basic building block, how good are our materials. We do photoluminescence, we do atomic force microscopy, many other things we do to make good materials. So once we do it, we characterize that how good a sensor is it. In this case, first example is gas sensing. In this case, we are just trying to make a very good nitrogen oxide sensor, very good sensor. If we look at the comparison analysis also, the last part, the blue part is very good. There are figures of merits. How good are these? Is very good. So lab-based sensor is done. Paper publication done. But what is beyond journal publications? Now comes the tricky part. So we'll come to the tricky part after this example, in which we have seen the video as well. For uric acid sensing, this is our biosensor, kidney functioning monitoring. We do by 3 different things: cholesterol, creatinine, and uric acid. So uric acid is the most matured part, and this is also copyrighted as of now, patented, so I could share some of the results. Now again, lab testing we do. It is performing very good. Human clinical trial, even if you are trying to make an invention in case of biomaterial, biomolecule, you have to do the testing done for animals or for living organisms. But can you do it here? No. Can we do the same at IIT? No. You need ethical clearance from Government of India. We don't have, AIIMS Bhopal have. So we tie up, we do MOU with them, so that the human clinical trial using of the saliva, using of the human blood, serum, we can get the access from them. So we join hands together with their team, we are working and we have matured the technology so that it can come for the commercial purpose. Okay, so lots of testing. Again, I'm skipping, okay, because our motivation is telling you some motivation, showing you some results, but going towards what AI, IoT, and mass applications are doing. So some testings we have done, it seems to be very good. Okay, we have not only tried with uric acid, but many other, bioanalytes we have studied. Okay, glucose, ascorbic acid, adenine, caffeine, guanine, many other things. So again, the performance seems to be very good, working very good. Again, coming for the publication wise done, but what is beyond that? And we want to go beyond that. So now, whenever we do the testing in the lab environment, we use oscilloscopes. Many of you have seen. We use source meters, we use power supplies. But if you are going to make the device or the system available for commoners, you have to connect to the portable platform. I think many of you have seen or used glucometer in your domestic platform or in your house. You use, you prick your finger, get a blood sample, and then you can simply measure how much glucose probably you are having in fasting mode, non-fasting mode. But that does not give you accurate result. If the result seems to be alarming, then you go and consult a physician, right? Many of us, we do. We are trying to bring the same thing for uric acid also, along with AIIMS Bhopal. You have that in your home. If it seems to be alarming, go and consult a physician. But in order to do that, we have to get on a portable mode. How we are doing it? Because whatever the way we are sensing it, we are sensing by the change in the resistance. You remember I showed you what type of sensor. Ours is resistance sensor, because we Indian, we want many things, but at the end of the day, we always think about money. We want the best, we want to give the least. It is always, human being also, it is the nature. We always want everything. Give away? No. We can teach our kids, okay, giving is everything. But for us, we want, if our salary increases, we are very happy. But even if our salary increases 2 times, 3 times, and sometimes we are seeing, poor person running, can we give 500 rupees? No. 100 rupees? No, not even that. But in this case, we want to have the system to be sold out in the market in as little money as possible. That's why the portable platform and the resistance readout circuit. Why we are calling it is universal? Because whatever analytes we have studied till now in 15 years, we have seen the resistance change happens from ohms to gigaohms. So we just made the circuit, use the microcontroller, and this part, this is phase 1, it accurately calculates from 10 ohm to 220 kilo ohm in terms of the accuracy measurement, breadboard, and the simulation. First, everything, whatever you do, the study, make a circuit board, also PCB board, you study in some software, performance is good, 0.72, as long as it is low than plus minus 5% industry standard, you are doing very good. So simulation, good, Breadboard accuracy is also very good. Then we go to stage 2. Now it is from kilo ohms to mega ohms. Again, breadboard accuracy as well as Proteus simulation, good, reasonable. Then we go from mega ohms to giga ohms. We just change the passive circuit elements and few other things. Then again we are seeing the accuracy level within our limit. So now that's why we are calling it as the universal resistance readout circuit. We have included from ohm to up to giga ohm, hundreds of giga ohms. Okay. So now after the design validation, we just transferred it to breadboard. Then from the 3D layout design, now validation on PCB, everything we did. We patented the technology as well. Now we engulf this in our biosensor, in our gas sensor, in our water sensor and everything, agriculture sensor also. Okay, so this is our smart so-called UA acid sensor. After we made the PCB and then the packaged mode, it looks something like this one. So we have also done the app on the Android as well as iOS platform. Okay, so this is the in-house packaging of IoT enabled uric acid sensor as of now. Okay, this is another example. Again, I think this video will not work. That's okay. The same, we're also working with Indore Municipal Corporation to sense how much heavy metal ion is actually engulfed in Narmada river. Okay, because there are many automobile industry, petrochemical industries, pharmaceutical industries. So we targeted many such metal ions. So again, I think this video will not work. Yes. Mercury ion sensors we have just also made. Okay. Anyhow, so now up to this, when I talk about the biosensor, there was IoT. Where is AI in this picture? How many of you have heard about Singrauli? Singrauli mines, one of the largest thermal power plant in India. Yesterday, I am thankful to Radharamanji and our beloved sir. We went to and we have seen the coal mines. I forgot the name of it. Koradik. So then I was thinking about this one. Then I just prohibited myself that tomorrow I will be speaking of. Now Singrauli district, they are getting many patients treated to AIIMS Bhopal for kidney related problem. People who are working, roughly 50,000 people are working in that factory. And again they have distributions about the age. They have distributions in terms of CKDs in male and female. We are just studying whether we can get, first we have to get the database done. That what kind of kidney diseases dependent on what is the level of uric acid and creatinine, and those levels of creatinine and urine is targeted to what kind of CKDs that we have seen in the video. So the database we are just forming and it will be taking lot of time. So once the database is done, then if an unknown sample comes, it is like neural network algorithm, then immediately we can point out if our biomarker is showing some level of uric acid, for example, probably this kind of disease the person should be having. So immediately consult for that kind of diagnosis. So AI comes after that. So for that we are just making the database. So those we cannot show because still the work is going on and this is a huge work. Okay. So that is the AI part in that IoT, connected biomarker. Okay. Now another phase, memory. I told you I am working also on memory, and these are also two connected sensors and memories. How many of you have heard about processing in memory? This word. Compute in memory. This word. Von Neumann bottleneck. Computer architecture you have seen, na? So conventional computer, it is like processor CPU. Something is processed and then it is sent to intermediate data to memory through bus bars. Okay, every time you do some processing, you fetch out something from memory, go to the CPU, you work everything, do some logic level of processing or arithmetic processing, then again intermediate data you save. It is good as long as it is iPhone 7, it is very good. But now you need huge speed. You want to click several YouTube video, it will be running in milliseconds, microseconds. So that needs high-end processor. So that means your entire zone is killed by this occasional flow of electrons basically through conductors or semiconductors. So you want to kill this. So CPU and memory, there should be a process, it should be married together. That is what it is called processing in memory. That can happen in memory or memory of today's generation or next generation. One such memory is resistive RAM or memristor, in which you can do the processing, you can do the storage both inside memory. So that's why nowadays again buzzwords come into our cases. Smart healthcare, smart structure monitoring, smart transportation. We can send gigabytes or huge high megabytes of data file within seconds from one mobile phone to another. We can do because of the existence of this. And now also many of you might have heard, seen the newspaper, the transition from transistor technology, right? We call about scaling. Okay. So now soon we'll be seeing the transistors of the order of auto scale. No more we'll be speaking of nanometer. We'll be going one down, maybe two down below that. So we could do, in order to sustain that, we need this kind of architecture also in memory. So this is the processing in memory. Okay, and how we are using this in these cases? In our applications, now MCA stands for Memristive Crossbar Array. So crossbar is a two-dimensional array of memory that we make, and how that is useful and connected to our system or the applications for AI and ML. So whenever we send the data from one source to another destination, in the data there are some useful information, there are redundant informations. So while we send, we just remove the redundant information. Like for example, precision agriculture. We have probably many of you might have also heard usage of drones. Having a camera, you just scan your hectares of land. And for example, if that kind of technology we need to use in real life for the identifications of leaf disease in soybean, so you can imagine what kind of data will be generated. And the data will be sent to the central processing hub somewhere in IIT Indore. So through cloud networking. So for that, what you need? Very good camera and the processing there itself to decompose the image of the video file so that the redundant data is removed. I do not want redundant data as long as useful data are there with me, because if that data is removed, that contains huge chunk of data, maybe 70% or 60% of data if your algorithm is very good. And once that useful information is stored, you send it that probably this zone has this kind of disease in the soybean leaves. So for that you have to have the MCA ready, which can do efficient decompositions of images. So you see the connect. So now MCA we made. Now we have Professor Amlas Pachuri, I mentioned to you yesterday also. So along with his team, we have been working whether we can do image decomposition or data redundancy removal efficiently or not. Yes, we have done two things. The first thing is the applications of tunable Q factor wavelet transform technology. Again, I'll not be going into details about what it is. Okay, but by doing this, we can remove the data redundancy and do the decomposition level. What we can do? So the first, these are the assessment parameters, several things, PSNR, SSIM, those things. Who are working in the domain of image or signal processing, they will be very much acquainted with it. But now coming to the main crux of it. So the first analysis we do, again we got the data from AIIMS Bhopal, because this work we started in 2019, COVID time. Wrong time for something, maybe good time for some other things. Now we got the chest X-ray scan images, MRI images of COVID patients and non-COVID patients. And first time we just tried to implement the image decompositions by using experimentally fabricated memory strip crossbar array. And we could see that we could do really good in terms of decompositions, in which after the entire algorithm is set, even if an unknown images comes, with respect to the conventional or deep neural network algorithms, our accuracy of the detections, whether this is a COVID patient CT scan image or MRI image or not, it can identify with very much values of accuracy. So these are some of the informations about the X-ray scans and CT scans and MRI that we have used, and this is the accuracy measure that we have obtained for different sets of data, whether it is a large data set or it is a small data set. So these applications, this is also published in this case. So first, for the first time ever, we have just put that this could be used for biomedical image processing, data redundancy removal. So once we do that, yes, some other more information are also there. Same thing. Now we just try to see in the domain of agriculture. You remember soybean, I told you. Now soybean, whatever diseases has been observed across India, across different seasons, there are 11 cases. The first case we started with yellow mosaic virus that happens on soybean leaves. So first disease we started doing that. Again we use some kind of algorithm, again doing the same thing, data redundancy removal from video file, from the image file, and do the classification by using conventional as well as deep neural networking by using memory strip crossbar array. In this case, the earlier case was TQWT. In this case, we have found out that WPT, wavelet packet transform, which has been performing the best in this case. Okay. So these are some of the informations about decomposition level wise, first level, second level, third level, fourth level we just studied, and we have seen the similarly the SSIM and the PSNR improvement also reduced with respect to those. Okay. So these are the compression ratio I also mentioned. So you can imagine if it is 100 MB or let us say 2 MB single image file, now up to DL2 you can see data compression rate is roughly 87%, means 87% data of 2 MB is gone. Now if you can imagine about the video file, let us say for example 500 MB, 87% will be gone. So your accuracy as well as your fast, the easier we can say the pace in which the decision making should be attained will be hugely boosted by this. Okay. So again some measures in terms of the accuracy, precision, sensitivity, specificity, F1 scores, so on and so forth is mentioned. Okay. So first one class like yellow mosaic virus I have shown you, and these are all 11 classes of the soybean leaf disease that can happen to soybean leaves or soybean plants ever in India. So again this work we have also done using some algorithm. This is the multi-class level of detection and the redundancy removal again by the same technology. Okay. So these results I am not showing you because this is still under copyright edition mode. Okay. Now this is the hardware part. Software part, the algorithms we have seen how we can implement like in a tangible mode. So this is our memory that you could see MCA under test, and this is how with the FPGA CMOS we have connected on the board, and we do this is the circuitry in which we can do the image processing or the segmentation part of it. So everything we could do. So this is the hardware part of it, the previous studies, the software part of it, the algorithm part of it. Okay. Now the use for farmers, for commoners, where are we standing? We have interacted in the domain of agriculture and we have understood farmers care about technology like nothing. If you talk to a farmer, do you need my technology? They will say, go away. Just go away. Because if somebody is the grandfather of a farmer, what type of pesticide to use, in which season, what type of fertilizer to use in that season, they will talk to him. That's it. One-way communication, everything go away. So this will be a B2C level of innovations, business to customer. That is very, very difficult. First you have to convince, you have to go there. Every time you have to go there. And everything, your selling point, everything is free. Everything is free. Now you know the strategy of JioSIM phone also. Everything was free. Everything was free. Everything was free. Then after 1 year or 2 years, now you are getting the point. Okay. So in the similar approach also we have to go as of now. We have to educate them. They don't care about Android app. They don't care about anything. But now I'll be showing you some examples how we are doing the outreach to them. Basically, if there are no, like two type of analysis, we are just trying to show it to them. One is their soil, their agricultural land in which they do not grow any crops. Some barren lands are there. What type of crop to grow? Which crop to sow for the best yield in which season? These solutions we are giving them for free. And farmers, which and how much fertilizers to use. There are fertilizer sections for the supplement, basically to supplement different micronutrients. Government of India has prescribed several fertilizers. We are giving them again after inspecting of their hectares of barren land, that what type of fertilizer they should be used for a particular crop. And if they are sowing any crops in a land, then also we are suggesting them which and how much fertilizer to enhance yield. Sometimes, many a times, not sometimes, 99% of the cases, they randomly use, fertilizers and pesticides, even if they do not need it. Because, why? Because grandfather or father told them so. Okay. So this is a big thing. You cannot go and tell them, don't listen to them, then you'll be killed. Okay. So you just be in the system and try to improve in the same way. Okay. Suggest farmers with respect to seasonal changes also. So as of now, this is our Bhu Samvardak, AI-enabled real-time soil nutrient monitoring. We are just visiting several villages. We have interacted with 500, we have farmers database also. We are interacting what to do and what not to do. We have been doing this for the last 1.5 years with them. Okay. So these are some of the information. Simrol is where IIT Indore is located. We have interacted with many of them for soil data collection and field test and identifications about what to do and what not to do, telling them also. And every time you do the innovations, it has to be calibrated. So for the calibrations of the agricultural product, we have to go to the designated enable accredited labs, Government of India labs only, where we use that. How much I left? How much time? Is done? Okay. So these are some of the informations about how we go ahead for the testing and calibrations of our sensors activity. Again, this video I'll play from here. This is a 1-minute video. So this will just show how you can take the innovation from this, all you do in the lab and how it is transferred to the outside for the uric acid meter. Okay, this is one of the main things, because when I tell you, you do innovation, you do excellence, everything you do inside this building, inside some room, nobody cares. Unless and until you are taking your innovation to public, unless and until you are taking your innovation to market, then you will be feeling that you probably have done something good about your own life. So this public awareness and outreach activities, like we did in several villages also, you can also see undergraduate, these are undergraduate students, they are also dancing and enjoying along with the villagers and the girl students. So this is like all these pictures are taken from Netaji Ji Subhash Chandra Bose Avasiya Balika Chhatrawas. These are sponsored, funded by MP government. They have two different locations. One is the Dongargaon in Indore and another is the Simrol. Okay, and these are all the tribal girl students, and they either have single parent or they do not have any parent at all. Okay, and they stay there, they are educated by their teachers, they are also staying over there, and we just went there and spent time with them. We just brought their innovations and we tried our best to make them know actually what we are doing in their own language. Okay, they study up to class 10 over there, and after that they are released from the school. But that is also another part of the things. Again, we are also learning. I am also learning, because how to tell them in their own words what we are doing and how probably it is benefiting them and the community. This is a big thing, and we are enjoying doing it. We are also dancing, the students are dancing, we also dance. That is good. But we do have the feeling of greatness that something we are doing for them. So these are some of the informations, few things we are doing for them or teaching them what we are doing. They also sometimes come to our lab to see what we are doing actually. Okay. And this is our product showcase in India Mobile Congress, happened in last year, Bharat Mandapam. So we have taken our products also along with them. Yeah, awards and those things will follow. If you are doing good things, if you are doing something for commoners, if you are feeling for them, this will follow. Recognitions, awards, patents, those things we will do. But the most important criteria, like the things that we had been there with us 20 years before, has been changed now. So when we say that whatever outcome-based learning, so the outcome-based learning is dependent on what kind of outcome you're looking for. All our outcome are now for, we had been working, but we are more prominent towards, at this age also, we are thinking about commoners, more thinking about what we can do, how we can do the impact on a large scale, whatever we do in our lives. So dependent on their outcome, we just keep on thinking, we just keep on learning those things also. So now we have shown you few examples in specific sectors for sustainability, environmental of sustainability, agriculture. So we're just trying to, live up to the expectations of our own mass only as of now. Okay. So again, these deep tech products that I have shown you that came from our startup Quantech L2M Innovations Private Limited. We showcased to various events, in IIT Hyderabad, Dharmendra Pradhanji came, and then we just showcased our technologies to them. Then DST Secretary Professor Abhay Karandikar also visited our campus, and many other stalls in which we had just taken, because the outreach, and you have to tell people how your innovations are actually coming and probably would be revolutionizing the future lying ahead. That's a good thing. So thank you, thanks to all of you. And again, I'm very sorry about the technical problem that you have faced for this. So I'll be entertaining any questions that you may have. Yeah, Quantech L2M Innovations Private Limited. Yes, incubated at IIT Indore. Yeah, it is actually the main part of it, the main backbone of this is PhD students. So 3 students, since the video, you could see, these are all students.
Excuse me, sir.
Since the video could not be done over here, so you could not see. So the team was displayed. So I was hoping to run also on the big screen.
Sir, for student purpose, for our student, if we are to do related to AI in agricultural field, what should we do? From starting.
And working with students is the student tells the supervisor what to do, not the
sir.
other way around.
No, sir. Your suggestion from starting. So for initial purpose.
So whenever we do startup, that means we might be having some idea in our mind. Like it cannot be that the supervisor will be telling you this is the idea you should go for.
So you told that we cannot force on the farmers. We have to agree with them. We have to agree with their terms and that we directly do not come with a plan for them to force directly.
I can tell you one example.
Yes, sir.
IIT Indore, 2 BTech students have started a simple thing. There is checking of blood glucose and blood pressure. Okay, if a patient is hospitalized, now they came up with some kind of idea. They procured sensors which can sense these 2 things without pricking your blood vessel. But they came up with a technology in which again the mobile app is there, and 24/7 the data will be coming and displayed on the screen. So the doctor can come at 4 o'clock in the morning, they will be seeing these 2 readings, what happens, what kind of changes over the night. And now they are millionaire.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Simple idea. But simple, unless and until something is done, everything is complex. Now it seems to be simple. But it was not that when they did it. Okay. So now 2 students, only 2 students. Yes.
Utilizing some drone technology to identify the diseases in agricultural field, and you're telling about deleting the data which is of no use. So is there anything or any implementation has been taken, which kind of data is to be deleted?
It is
Yes, sir.
data redundancy removal is a very tricky thing. It is dependent, like when we talk about the agriculture, that's why when also Radharamanji said that IIT Indore is doing, it is actually partly correct. There is a huge team. Now when we say agricultural multimedia, let us say if I take 1 GB of movie file by using some drone technology, and some drone is not IIT Indore our business, camera not our business, but whenever the movie is taken, it is sent to plant pathologist. That team will be identifying that whatever video is captured, and after we do data redundancy, if video file number 2 it is sent, that we have removed this data, probably we are just trying to earmark yellow mosaic disease, whether video file number 2 is correct or 1 obviously was correct, whether video file number 2 is correct. Then the plant pathologist team will be telling, no, you captured wrong video. So that's why whenever Radharamanji told IIT, no, it's a huge team, CIA Bhopal, that is a huge, their participation, because they will be the person telling us, no, that data is wrong, this data is correct. Then we go ahead. So this is an entire teamwork.
One more question I was having about designing the biosensors. You were telling about designing the biosensor for identification of different types of diseases.
Chronic kidney disease. And 3 identify elements. One is the uric acid, creatinine and cholesterol. These 3. We have targeted these 3 only as of now.
Okay, so it is only related with human physiological diseases, or it is you have come up with agricultural disease also?
No, as of now, we are just targeting these three only in saliva, blood, and serum of human
Oh,
being.
okay. Thank you so much.
Hello, hello. Sir, actually, it is very difficult to measure the physical parameter for the newborn baby, like SpO2, pulse rate. So how can develop the sensor for that to measure the physical parameter for that
You
small
said visible parameter?
physical parameters actually. Physical parameter.
of newly born babies.
Newborn baby actually.
I have never
Because
thought
there
about it.
we use the actually some physical contact to measure their physical parameter like SpO2, pulse rate like that.
Okay.
So how we can, it is very difficult actually to touch to contact with our any physical devices to that newborn baby, and
Okay.
when we touch then that time it will cry actually.
Okay.
So can we develop the such type of sensors anything?
Like
by-
as of now, I have never thought about it.
without making any physical contact, can we develop the sensors?
Of course, it may be developed, but since I have never thought about it and never studied, so I
Acha.
would be very much reluctant to comment.
Okay,
So
okay.
since I did not work.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
So I think, sir, we are done with the questions. Thank you so much, sir, for such an informative and engaging lecture. I would like to invite Professor Ritesh Banpurkar, Dean IPSC. I would like to invite Dr. Radharaman Shah, Dean Academics, to felicitate our today's expert, Dr. Shaibal Mukherjee. Thank you, sir. So that concludes our today's session. Thank you all for your active participation and engagement. We'll continue tomorrow with more valuable discussion. Thank you all. Have a wonderful evening ahead.